My 21st birthday when I collapsed and died on a pavement outside Sainsbury's. As soon as my head hit the pavement with a massive cracking sound, I knew it was bad news for me, Dorothy Heathcliff. I'd not had my insulin injection or eaten a square meal in days. And yet, God knows how, I came round again at St. Mary S., the same hospital where my big brother's life support had been switched off a few days ago. And this is where things got really weird, because then, when I cracked my eyes open, I realized I wasn't in surgery or laid up in bed. I was standing in the corridor, feeling stronger and healthier than I had done in years. Who brought me here? And what the hell is going on? I muttered under my breath, noticing my surroundings felt off. The overhead lights were too bright, and the sounds too muffled. Sunlight was streaming in from somewhere, but giving off absolutely no heat. I spotted a harried-looking doctor racing towards me. "Excuse me," I said, but he just looked down at his bleeping pager and began running even faster, his Crocs squelching on the tiles. I got the overwhelming urge to follow him, so I did, pursuing him down endless corridors, until I finally arrived in a room swarming with anxious-looking medics, all crowding around one poor young person. As tears massed in my throat at the thought of my recently deceased brother James, I wondered why the hell I was here. What had led me to this critically ill young person's bedside? That's when I caught the words that made every part of my body freeze in horror. "Dorothy," the doctor said solemnly, wiping her eyes. 21 years of age, time of death, 1:15 p.m., cause of death, extreme hypoglycemia, no next of kin. Dorothy? Had I heard that right? That was me, I was dead. And there was no one to mourn me. The poor kid had been living rough for the past few months, the doctor said as I followed her to the doctor's break room. She hadn't taken her insulin in days, but I think the real cause of her death was a broken heart. She was in bits after we switched off her brother's life support. She wasn't wrong, but I had a pressing question. What happened to me now? Was I destined to spend the rest of my existence as a ghost in a hospital corridor mourning James? Suddenly, something made me jump. A female voice that rumbled right through me. "Hello, dear," it said, and I turned to see an elegant older woman behind me, gray hair swept back in a bun. She was wearing long, pale blue robes, standing at the hot drinks machine. "You can see and hear me?" I said. "Yes," she replied, inserting coins into the machine. There was a click as a plastic cup dropped into position, then a big burble and a hiss as it filled with hot chocolate. The woman handed it to me, then ushered me into a side room. "Who are you?" I said, my voice sounding echoey and strange as I blew at my scalding beverage. "You can call me Grandma Bramley," she said. "I am so sorry, child." "Sorry for what?" I said, thinking how I'd never had a grandma before. "For all the sadness, heartache, and pain you've endured during your short life." "Mrs. Bramley," I said, "am I in heaven or hell?" "Neither, Dorothy. This is the space in between, where souls wait to be reincarnated." I blinked. "Reincarnated?" "Yes, dear." She wiped her eyes with her sleeve. "I'm the keeper of the tea of forgetfulness," she said, gesturing to my plastic cup. "When souls are ready to be reborn, they drink my tea, or in your case, hot chocolate, and they forget their past lives. It's a mercy, you understand? A fresh start after a lifetime of heartache." "Right," I said, noticing the room was starting to glow white, obscuring everything inside but Grandma Bramley. "So I drink your tea and then what? Get born again as a baby somewhere?" "That's usually how it works, yes." Grandma Bramley's face crumpled. "But you, child! Oh, I've been doing this for thousands of years, and I have never seen a soul as battered as yours. The suffering, the love you gave even when you had nothing left." I noticed a tear slip down her cheek. "It's not fair. So the universe has decided to make amends." "What do you mean?" "Your next life is all arranged, Dorothy. You're being reincarnated as the daughter of a wealthy royal. You'll want for nothing. No sickness, no pain. You'll grow up loved and protected, and when you come of age, you'll marry a kind, handsome prince who will cherish you." I stared at her. "You're taking the piss?" "I am not, dear. I promise you. This is real. You're being given the life you deserve. A princess's life." I knew this was all utterly mental, but something cracked open inside my chest then. Hope. If I was dreaming, I didn't want to wake up. "I'll actually have some money?" I said, Lots. And I'll really be healthy? Perfectly. And happy? Grandma Bramley smiled through her tears. So happy, dear. I promise you, you've earned this. I felt myself filling up. But what about James, my brother? Will I ever see him again? Her expression softened. Yes, your brother's soul is on its own journey, and I believe you two will meet again. And with this, she gave me a wink. That did it. I placed my cup down and started crying on her like I was her actual granddaughter. When I finally got myself together, Grandma Bramley stepped back and gestured at the hot chocolate again. The tea of forgetfulness, she said gently. Once you drink it, your memories of this life will fade. You'll be reborn fresh without the weight of your suffering. Are you ready? Was I ready? Ready to forget the sadness, the trauma, every cold night and hungry day? Ready to meet my brother in a new body in a new realm? Hell yes. I picked up the tea and prepared to drink it. Thank you, I whispered to Grandma Bramley. You deserve it, dear. Now drink. Your new life awaits. As I sipped, I felt a sense of peace I'd never felt before. My memories started to blur at the edges, all the pain started to subside. But then something else happened. The world started to shake. It was like an earthquake, but worse. The white space around us cracked, and Grandma Bramley stumbled, her eyes going wide with fear. What the? I muttered. Then a sound echoed through the whiteness. A dark, ominous voice. It was massive, coming from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Warning, fates misaligned. A glitch has occurred, it said. Grandma Bramley's face went pale. Oh no, no, she wept. The shaking intensified. I stumbled, trying to keep my balance, but suddenly my stomach lurched, and the hot chocolate I'd just drunk came right back up. Every last drop of it. And then my memories, every single one, from the moment of my cursed birth, slammed back into my head with brutal clarity. And suddenly it was like I was watching a high-definition film of my own life. Back to that frosty morning when I was born to Eva Heathcliff and she died in childbirth. My dad, Eric Heathcliff, left me and James in the lurch when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 3. James, just 10 years old, administering my insulin injections and keeping me alive. Our many brutal years in the care system when my brother climbed onto a roof and threatened to jump if social services split us up. The moment James saved up all his paper round money and bought me the cuddly white toy I cherished my whole life. I bought her for you because foxes are clever, he said. They're small, yeah, but they survive. They figure things out. They adapt. And that's you. You're my clever little fox, Dorothy. And you're going to be okay, no matter what happens. And then the moment James was forced to join a small local gang at the age of 16 to earn enough money to pay our rent and keep me alive. And then a searing pain slammed through me as I was taken back to the night James was hurt in a gang battle and never came home. The doctor's words, "Your brother is in a vegetative state and will never recover." The moment I was thrown out of our council flat and forced to live on the streets. The moment I finally relented and let them turn off James's life support machine. The moment I sat outside Sainsbury's on my 21st birthday, hoping to earn enough for a cup of coffee, only for a middle-class man to walk past, spit in my face, and call me a dirty parasite. The moment directly after that when I fell to the ground and smacked my head off the pavement, no insulin, no food. The moment I died. And then the reel of my life wraps up and I suddenly snap back to my current reality. Whatever the hell it is. I'm so sorry, Grandma Bramley is yelling, trying to reach me with her elegant long fingers, but the world is shaking and the ground between us is cracking open. There's been an accident, a split in space, memory, and time, she's saying. I'm so sorry. And then the ground beneath my feet gives way completely and I fall, spinning and tumbling through some kind of tunnel, when that massive voice booms around me again. In compensation for ruining your reincarnation, Dorothy Heathcliff, you are being granted a system. What the hell was a system? Did it mean like those video games my brother used to play where you had to earn points to level up? That's exactly what the system is, said the voice, hearing my thoughts. Complete its trials, and you will return to human form and be reincarnated as a powerful princess in a wonderful realm. I breathed a sigh of relief. Thank God. But hang on a minute. What did the voice mean by, you'll return to human form? If I wasn't human, what the hell was I? I didn't have time to think before a series of golden numbers suddenly blazed into existence before my eyes. It was a countdown. 365 days remaining, it said. My relief evaporated. There are conditions, the voice said, almost cheerful. Your soul wasn't meant for a beast's body. It's degrading as we speak. You have 1 year, 365 days to reach your destiny before your soul dissolves completely. A beast body? 1 year? Was this a joke? Had life not thrown enough at me? And as this is the last of your 81 lives, the voice said, there'll be no more afterlives after this one. No second chances, nothing. This is your one shot. The countdown flickered, already ticking down. What the hell are you doing to me? I wailed. One more thing, the voice added. Achieve your mission and I'll grant you one wish. Anything your heart desires. Perhaps a brother to join you in your new life. Good luck, little fox.